Hi friends, it's me, Beth, your favorite tarot reader, and it's time for our May 2025 predictions. We're going to have an entire playlist. Make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss anything. You can follow along, but we're going to do overall themes for the month of May. We're going to look at love. We're going to look at family and friends, career, finances, mind, body, spirit, everything. Make sure you're liking the videos, commenting so that I know what ones you really like the most and what is like resonating with you. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you being here. So first, let's talk about the big overall themes for the month of May. Let's take a look and see what themes are the big energy that you can expect for the month of May 2025. Thank you, Spirit. What can this collective expect as the big themes in the month of May 2025? So we have the Seven of Wands coming out. So that is the Mars and Leo card. Mars is literally in Leo right now. I'll walk you through all the like big astrological dates, and I'll put a list in the description of the video as well. But what that's kind of telling me is that that's like big energy that this collective is going to be feeling this month. Ace of Crystals. Okay, so I actually did my personal like May tarot reading earlier, and I got so much crystals energy. I'm really getting there's like so much around the like basically using your thoughts to create your reality. The Ace of Crystals is very much about mental clarity. It's about manifesting, like using your thoughts. Okay, let's see what else we have. Page of Cups, Three of Wands. Okay. I don't know why I like breathe like that. Okay, so what I'm getting is there's a lot of making sure that your thoughts are aligned with what you actually want to have happen in your reality. You're going to get some creative inspiration. I feel like there's lots of like inspiration happening this month, and it's pushing you to have the courage to to push yourself forward. Okay, stand up for what you believe in with the Seven of Wands. There's some energy of like proving yourself, but what I'm getting is like this isn't like proving yourself to people who really you have no business proving yourself to. I feel like it's actually more about proving yourself to you. Okay, and like proving yourself like that, what like if they can have it, why can't I have that? Like it's that type of energy, especially with this Ace of Crystals. It's like, and if you can see somebody else is able to do something, then that tells you that it does exist. Okay, and you can manifest things that like if you dream it, then it can exist as well. But I feel like a lot of what this is showing me is like if you can see that it exists somewhere, then it exists. So maybe a big way for manifesting this month is like, you know, let's say you're trying to manifest in romantic love, and you don't know anybody that has the type of romantic relationship that you want, but you can see like some examples maybe on TV. Maybe there's a movie or something where you're like, that is like the type of relationship that I want. Then it exists. Watch that show a bunch and let yourself feel like you're those characters in a way, and like then that's creating your story. Okay, maybe you're trying to manifest in a job or money or a certain like influence on TikTok or something. Whatever it might be, you can be like, well, I see somebody else has that. I see this person. They went from 0 to 100,000 followers in this length of time. Like, I know that I can do it too. Why can't I do it? I see this person is making this much money per month by doing their own business. I see this person created this job. That's a job I want to have. Okay, then if you see it somewhere, wherever you see it, that is telling you that it is possible. And it's okay to want it. And then it's like going to be time to go and get it. Okay, the Three of Wands. There is some like action here with the Seven of Wands and the Three of Wands, that energy. Yeah, Chariot card on the bottom of the deck, pushing forward, like going ahead and like it's, so there's the requesting something and you know that part of like law of attraction, but there's also the like inspired action part of law of attraction. So that seems to be like really big themes for this month, for the month of May for the collective. Let's just talk about that's so funny. I did notice the Death card on the bottom of the deck and the World card, and it was like, okay, the Death card is Scorpio, which is like ruled by Pluto, and I do feel like this is a reminder that we should talk a little bit about the transits that are coming up. So on May 4th, we have Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius, and I feel like a lot of times people like get so concerned about retrogrades. You guys, Pluto goes retrograde for like Pluto is retrograde for almost half the year every year. It's like a little over 5 months every year Pluto is retrograde. Okay, the way that Pluto affects us is so much different than how like Mercury retrogrades affect us, Venus retrogrades affect us. So like this is not a big retrograde that we need to like worry about. When Pluto goes retrograde, it's very like helpful for preparing for things and stuff like that. So this is not a retrograde that we really need to like worry about. In fact, we don't have like, besides Pluto being retrograde, we're not really going to be in like retrograde season again until like July. So there's a lot of like direct, like planets are direct right now, which I also think is why we have the 7 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, a lot of this like forward action, the Chariot card. Okay, we're like almost everything is direct. And with some of the other transits that are happening, it's also like we're gonna be out of like the Venus retrograde shadow period. We're going to have Saturn moving into Aries, and so it's like finally making its way. It's made its way all the way around the zodiac wheel. That's gonna happen on May 24th. So we have a lot of like things that are helping us to actually move forward, and that is a good thing. There's a lot of energy that allows us to be action oriented. Okay, so if you do want to mark your calendars, like I said, I'll put the list in the description too, but on the 4th is when Pluto stations retrograde in Aquarius until October 13th. On the 10th, Mercury is going to enter Taurus. On the 12th, we have the full moon in Scorpio. On the 20th, Gemini season is going to officially begin. We'll do a whole reading for Gemini season by itself. On the 24th, like I already said, Saturn is going to transit into Aries. On the 25th, Mercury will enter into Gemini. And on the 26th, there's a new moon in Gemini. Okay, so some of this crystal's energy is also maybe picking up on some of that Gemini energy as well. But that's kind of the main stuff that you need to know, the main themes. But now we're going to get a lot more specific in the different areas of your life. So head with me to the love video.